Hey, Val, the maps are picking up that you're just going back and forth. Are you okay?
So if you remember about a year ago, I made this video covering Project LandSword. Not my greatest piece of work, but while I was on vacation, I was like, I wonder what's been added. So here we are. Also, we're going with the white background. I kind of lost the file for the GIF that I usually use, so we're just gonna go with a white background for now. So for those who don't remember, which I don't blame you, Project LandSword is a top-down mecha stealth combat game. The word stealth needing like quotation marks the size of Nebraska, cause yeah. You play as a mech pilot named Val, who's part of the Martian Defense Force 3rd Maneuver Squadron. She's kind of a one-gal army. It mentions, you know, the word squadron on the promo stuff and just everywhere else. And like, I don't know if squadrons consist of just one mech with everyone else being like tech people. I mean, Val could just be like Doom guy in a mech, you know? To be fair, in the game, it does show that like one mech is very capable of just leveling a city. So maybe they don't need more than one mech. For the missions, to summarize most of them, basically, you're fighting through a map, eliminating all enemies. If you want to see a bit more about the missions, click here. The video is a bit meh, like I told you at the beginning. It's a little bit of a rough one, but it does get the point across and it gives you a bit of context. So we have two new missions on the current version of Project LandSword, being mission 7 and 6. Now, I'm gonna go through the context of the new missions in the format of those like history short channels. You know those ones. Yeah. So, mission 6. Hostile forces spotted by the 10th Armored Cavalry show that they have captured a financial district of East Noctis. Noctis. Armed to the teeth with hypersonic munitions, unmanned systems, and heavy armor, they encircled the district, positioned primarily around construction sites for some reason. Val is sent to reclaim the area no matter what stands in her way. Mission 7. A high-value package containing special encrypted communication equipment was intercepted and traced to an underground network of floodwater discharge tunnels that show high enemy presence, explaining how they're able to mobilize undetected. Val is sent to locate, secure, and recover the equipment in one piece. Mission 7 is pretty unique in the sense that technically you don't have to kill anyone until you get the package, and then you're kind of, you know, forced to fight your way out. But that does actually help the whole stealth aspect of this game. You can sneak around, but most of the time you'll start blowing shit up. So another new thing that's been added is the main system panel. If you're on the map screen, if you go to the left, you'll see like a little arrow and stuff like that. Hovering your mouse over it will show you the main system panel. It serves as a better UI to get to like the settings, main menu, etc. But more importantly, there's a new intel screen. And it's pretty interesting since it explains in pretty good detail the enemies and vehicles you come across. Like here, for example, chemical grubs, those worm things that you fight off in the second mission. Those were bioengineered to detoxify Mars for habitation, and that some Martian farmers use them as domesticated livestock for food or whatever. But like, look at the size of the things. But you also get really cool lore bits in the descriptions of the vehicles you come against. Like in the WPZ Minotaur, it mentions how it was a West German tank destroyer used in World War III against East Germany, showing that in Project LandSword's universe, the Cold War turned hot. Potentially, maybe. And for the K41A1 MBT, it tells us that despite what most thought, that being conventional tanks would be obsolete due to inferior firepower and speed, instead they evolved into larger and more heavily armored machines, dwarfing MBTs like the M1A3 Abrams and the Type 111S, which I'm gonna be real with you guys, I don't actually know if the Type 111S is a real tank, but I'm pretty sure the M1A3 Abrams tank probably is a real tank. If not, then it'll probably be close to what we have now with the M1A2 Abrams, which if the K41A1 MBT are supposed to be dwarfing, then like, god damn. There are other intel tabs, but contain little to no information, but they might tell us what the developer has installed for the full release of the game. Like here, O3 personnel, showing us important or notable personnel encountered on Mars. If we get characters such as like handlers or NPC mech pilots, we'd find it in this table or tab or whatever you want to call it. It could also be like a character selection screen where we could play as a different character or characters maybe. When checking Val's info sheet, it doesn't really give us any information on her, just the basic stuff like height, weight, service status, full legal name, etc. A part of me does want to know more about our favorite mech pilot, but considering this is a military type panel, it kind of makes sense that there isn't some massive text log thing about the character's backstory. But it is still a demo, so things can change. Also, a quick side note, in 04 World, why does Mars look so eerie? Like, it looks so creepy for no reason whatsoever. I'm pretty sure it's the black and white feature on it, or black and white filter, but like, it looks like a face. I thought it was a face at first. So after saying all that, going through all the new stuff that was added since, it was really good. The underground mission was very fun and more of a unique map compared to the city maps. I don't know why, but it really reminded me of the top-down Metal Gear Solid games. Similar vibes. Of course, you can sneak around the map, but you eventually get into a big firefight, so it doesn't, like, it kind of feels like it, but it kind of doesn't. But I guess that's every stealth game, to be fair. There are some other things I do want to yap about too, like how I was really surprised that the dev didn't really add a tutorial. Now, obviously, this is still a demo, so things probably will change, and I wouldn't be surprised if a tutorial would be given to us with the full game, or at least in a newer build. But for the first couple maps, it definitely is just a trial by fire. It isn't really beginner friendly because you just kind of blow stuff up and then eventually die. But yeah, having a tutorial mission would make it a lot more beginner friendly, I guess. And as well, it could also play into the story a little bit. But I do really need to commend how, like, replayable the game is. Approaching the same mission with different weapons changes the entire playstyle, and using random weapons can challenge you a bit. For me, my personal meta was just going with the smooth bore cannon thing, as well as the little kamikaze drones, and just wreaking havoc with it. It worked for me, but it's kind of my playstyle where I like to kind of hang back a little bit and just kind of send my little drones out to fight my battles for me. Yes, I did play the summoner class in Terraria. Anyway, from some of the devlogs on itch.io, it looks like we'll be getting more updated art for the info logs, as well as new enemies, effects, cutscenes, and missions. Like, I'm pretty sure the dev has been working on like a starting cutscene for quite some time now, which all power to him. Speaking of, as we, wrap up this video, I really need to ask this to whoever's like staying back to watch all the way over here, right? Is this all the doing of one person? Like, from what I can see, the developer Mezsoft, yeah, whatever, seems to be one person making the art and the game. The thing is, I don't have any idea how hard coding and making a whole entire game actually is. Like, the fact that Mezsoft can like make the game look how it is, and then on top of all of that, make the art. I was gonna put like a little bit saying that the game development is like a little bit slow, but the fact that if this is correct, like I said, correct me if I'm wrong, but if the developer is literally making the art, making the game, and doing everything else, like, take as much time as you want. Honestly, like, the art looks so good, the game looks amazing, and like, he's gonna add more stuff to the actual game, like more effects, more this, more that. So like, yeah, just take as much time as you want. Anyway. Bye.